So, Echoes of the Past speaks to the documentation of the earliest civilization in where what is now known as Nigeria. So, and starting from the most foremost or the earliest cultural civilization is called Nok, which is between the period of 500 BC and 200 AD. The Nok culture represents one of the earliest known ironworking communities in Nigeria, in where it's now known as West Africa, and it's originated from a place called Jos in Plateau State, north central part of Nigeria. Most of these objects are terracotta objects, which talks about which the people use for different cultural purposes. One of it is funeral ceremonies of the elites, priests, the important people in that communities. And some of them are also for fertility objects, fertility purposes for humans and plants. For instance, Afro fertility figure is used, appeals to during plant season, human productivity, and the likes. And then you have Mumoye. Mumoye is known for the Gombe, Adamawa, Taraba people, represent the cultural ancestral objects for these people, the Mumoye people of Taraba State and some part of Gombe and Adamawa State. So that's what this represents.
I think this one is the most popular.
This terracotta head is the Nok, yes.
Is the Nok.
Yeah, there's a Nok.
So they are dated like how many years?
So because of the lack of written documents, we're able to use archaeological excavation and radio dating. So it's very difficult to ascertain the particular year. Yeah. So, but that's why we dated them between the year of 500 BC to 200 AD. Then the next stage is Calabar. Yes, Calabar terracotta. They are mostly in terracotta form also. They represent, they are found in Calabar, present-day Calabar, which is located in Cross River State, and used to be the British protectorate capital of of southern Nigeria between 1884 to 1906. Calabar is the home to the Efik people. It's also the home to Ekoi people of Cross River State, and these objects were used for cultural funerals of elites, priests, and the likes in different times in their culture.
So the word terracotta,
yes.
Where did it originate from? Like,
so terracotta is a word used for fired clay.
Fired clay?
Yes, so terracottas are clay that was molded and then put into fire. It makes it firmer, stronger, and makes it older, last longer. That's why you have some of the objects dated to about 15th century, and they are still strong. Yes. Up next is Igoko objects. Igoko objects are mostly bronze objects, ivory objects, copper, and ceramic. They represent the people of Anambra State, and they are objects that were used during burial ceremonies because they are found in burial chamber mostly. Most of them are found in burial chamber or dump sites by an archaeologist by the name Thorsten Shaw. Most of these objects were found during the 1930s, accidentally by a man called Isaiah Anoze, who were digging well at the back of his home and then came across this object. And that led to a proper archaeological excavation by an archaeologist by the name Thurston Shaw, who is a British archaeologist, by the way. So he then carried out multiple excavations in burial chambers, dump sites, and the likes. And he was able to do this in different times between 1939 to 1964, when these excavations were done. And these are excavation teams in 1959. The photo was taken by the archaeologist as himself, Thurston Shaw,
the people
that excavated most of those works, yes, through the help of Thurston Shaw. Yes. So the next stage, this is Ife. Ife is an ancient city in Ile-Ife, in the southwestern part of Nigeria. It's believed by the Yorubas that human civilization migrated from Ile-Ife. Ife Heart is centered around royalty, affluence, and wealth. Ife Heart also speaks to the kinship religion, heart commands, and even politics of the Yoruba people. The Yorubas believe that the men all migrated from this place, and their heart is centered around the king called Oni of Ife. Oni is both the political head and the spiritual head of the Yoruba race. And
this culture actually have like the representation of the
Oni,
of Ife.
yes. So one unique thing about the Ife heart is that they are naturalistic in nature. What do I mean by that? Mainly looking at them, you feel like you're looking at an actual person, like a picture of a person. So that's what we mean by naturalistic in nature. This particular king, bronze bust, is Lafio Gidigo of one of the Oni of Ife head. Then this is one of the popular heart of Ife culture. Is called Oriolokun. Olokun is a deity
in the sea.
Yes, like the god of the sea. Yes, is god of the sea and is a prosperity god. Wealth. Anything signifies wealth, prosperity, and the likes. Oriolokun is very symbolic. Yes, in Ife culture and the like. So this is basically the civilization of and heart of the Ife people of western part of Nigeria. Good afternoon. Like I said, Ife, you know a little about it. So this is Ogboni shoulder cloth. Yeah, so this one
Ogboni is a society?
Yes. They are a society.
We are known therefore.
Ogboni is a society. Is a society group. But it goes beyond just what we know them for now. They are the custodian of laws and order in our culture. Yes, they are mostly wise men. Are you Yoruba? Okay, so Ogboni is a Yoruba word for Ogboeni, the wise, the old ones. So it's not just someone, a younger person cannot be a member. You have to be an elderly person, because they believe that as an elder, you have the secret or the innermost secret of the community you belong to. The laws, the cultures, what you can be done and what you cannot do. These are the custodians of these people. So they are like kings makers that interpret laws, punish offenders in our culture in those days. Yes.
But now,
But now is a. I don't want to talk about now. So just now is more of.
now, like what Ubudi is being known for is the secret society.
Yeah, so
a bad secret society.
So it's mostly.
I never knew it's like
That's
an ancient thing that
it is an ancient thing that is very significant in preservation of culture and tradition.
So they are like the
of
custodian of culture, or like the protector
laws,
of culture.
like the judicial system that we know it now. They are the one that interprets the laws of the land, keep the secret of the land, and then punish offenders that goes against these laws and all that. So that's what they represent. But now it has been defined, so I don't want to talk about what is now. Yes. Then this is war garment. War garment speaks to what our warriors wear to wars for protection. So it's a protective vest. So if you are familiar with Yoruba movies, I've seen this garment like Asho and Jagu first. Yes. And then Ifa divination tree. So Ifa represents a very significant aspect of the Yoruba culture. It's like the Google of Yoruba race. It talks about the preservation of religion, history, science. Whatever you're looking for as a Yoruba man is embedded in Ifa. So Ifa has different items. The tray is called Opon Ifa. The chain is called Opele Ifa. And then the ratu is called Iruke Ifa. These are items they use for consultation during this when you visit them for solutions. So that's what they use. And Ifa is documented into two aspects. There's what they call Odu. And this Odu are classified into two. There's primary Odu and there's secondary Odu. The primary Odu has about 16 chapters. They call it Odu Ifa. Merindilogun. Merindilogun means 16. Then the secondary chapter is about 140 Odu. So in total, about 156 Odu Ifas. And this has different patterns. You can see 1, 2, 3, 2. So it means something. That is Odu.
So that is usually done with like the fingerprints.
No, and this is used after you have make consultation.
Yeah.
The interpretation of the consultation is this what he has done here. And then each of Odu has its own interpretations. Yes.
So like you said, this was the olden days Google.
Like the goggles, yes. It's like encyclopedia. So it's a documented theory of events, and this events is either religion, history, medicine, science, whatever you're looking for is embedded in Ifa. And this is our objects. Most times the our objects are mostly terracotta objects, and they share similarities with the Ife hat and Benin hat because they are found like in the middle of the two major civilizations, Ife and Benin. So they are Owo is like in the middle. You know where Owo is? Owo is yes. So Owo to Ondo and Owo to Benin is like the same distance. So they share same similarities they share similarities in both Benin and Owo.
So they have some from a little bit from Benin.
Yeah, a little bit from Ife. Yes. The next one is called Tada. Tada speaks to the. Tada is from present-day Niger State and is known as the bronze tradition of Nupe Kingdom. So the Nupes, Tadas is known to the Nupe culture. The Nupes are found mostly in the Middle Belt area of Nigeria. Their objects are mostly bronze sculptures and the likes.
work really looks very nice and so recent.
So recent,
Yeah.
but it's between 12th century and the 15th century. Yes, that shows what our people are capable of.
Yeah.
So that's why sometimes when people say Africans are backward, I used to fight it. Because you cannot
Because if we can do all this
if you can do
years
this
ago,
in those centuries
without even
technology.
technology or anything, like come a long way.
Yes.
But just the only painful part is that most of like how far we have come are really not properly
Documented. Yes, that's the bane of some of our history.
Yeah.
Because they are not proper documentation.
Yeah.
Most of our history are documented through oral tradition.
Yeah.
And oral tradition can be exposed to dictation, exaggeration, memory loss.
If not for like recent time that people came up with this idea to do this, I don't think there's so much emphasis on the museum in Nigeria to preserve our history and culture.
So
that's one of the problems.
Yeah, this is Dakakari. Dakakari is known to the Kebbi and Niger State people. Their objects are also very unique. It's between 1700 to 1900. That's about 18th and 19th century. The art are mostly very common, recent. It's more recent. And then the other one is from Katsina, Dubi, Takun Sheri. Takun Sheri is an Hausa word, so sorry. So it's located in present-day Katsina State, and Katsina State is an Hausa Fulanis state, but these objects are mostly the Hausa. They were found in the tombs of chief priests in this area called Tubi, because Tubi is a title given to a local priest. Yes. Yes.
So here is an empty box that says British Museum. How far? How far now? Make una return our work. How far? How far? It was not given, it was stolen. You guys should just return it, please. They need to sit in here. Please return it. It was stolen, not given. It was never a gift, so please return it. This box are empty, waiting for the next piece to be inside. So please, British Museum, help us and return what rightfully belongs to us. Thank you.
So what I've been explaining since, this is the documentation how they are in sequence. Yes. So starting from No, which is the oldest. Actually, Dafuna is the oldest. Dafuna is the cave in out of it. Kenu in the world, yes. So then you have the North, you have Ikon. From Calabar, Cross River State. Then you have Calabar Terracottas, which is also one of the oldest. Then you have Ngoku, you have Tara, we have Ife. Then from Ife you have Dubi. Then from Dubi, Esie to Benin to Owo. And then the most recent is Dakakari. So this is Esie. Esies are soapstones. Esie Art is located in present-day Kwara State. Kwara State is found in northwestern part of Nigeria, north-central part of Nigeria. They are dated back to about 1200 AD, And the ancient town is located in the Gomina area of Kwara State. So it's used, this, the oral tradition says that there are people who disobey the laws of the land and then they turn to stone.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Yeah. But these objects, the unique thing about it is that we call it soapstone because when it comes in contact with water, it begins to bubble like a soap.
So this, if it comes in contact with water, it bubbles.
It bubbles. If water touches it,
Have you tried
it
it?
will foam. Yes.
And it foams?
Yes, that's why it's called soapstone.
Maybe it might be like
The preservation.
the things like used in making it.
It's a stone.
It's a stone.
It's a stone. This object, that object you are looking at is a stone carved. So it's probably the stone. You don't know that there are some stones that are foamy. Yes, there are stones that. This is Benin. So this is Benin objects. Some like this particular one is one of the most recent one. Yes. So Queen Mother mask, Iyoba mask of Queen Idia head. So Queen Idia is the mother of the 16th Oba of Benin, Oba Esige. Yes. Then you have the elephant tusk. Elephant tusks are used as documentation of events during a particular king's reign. Yeah. And then you have an horse rider. Bronze altar stand.
I think Benin has the highest number of artifacts presently.
Yes. Yes. Uhuri staff is a rattle staff, symbolizes power and authority for the Oba of Benin, usually kept in the altar of the Oba. Then you have memorial head and the tusk. So there's a practice in Benin culture when a king is coronated newly, is going to make a memorial head in memory of his predecessor. Yes. And then the tusk or the memorial head will be now kept in an altar with the tusk. The tusk that was used to document the events of his predecessor. So when you look at, you can see it.
The tusk is like a record.
Like his record, yes.
Just like Egyptians.
Just like the Egyptians, yes.
Predates cuffs in their tombs.
Tombs, yes. That's how the Benin also.
Tusk,
Yes.
that's how
The Benin also does their documents.
So these are the people that think they still.
Yeah. So in 1897, there's they call it British expenditure, but me I call it British stealing.
British still.
Yeah. So they came, invaded the Oba's palace, sent the Oba to an exile, and then looted the palace of different cultural significance. This cultural significance includes elephant tusk, Benin memorial heads, Queen Idia head, and the likes. And we are repatriating some of these objects back now to Nigeria.
More than a century after they were looted by the colonizing British forces, 2 Benin bronze statuettes have now returned to their home in Nigeria. This has now raised hope that more of such looted artifacts could now be brought back to their ancestral homes. More in this next report.
A Dutch museum is taking a historic step, sending more than 100 precious artifacts back to Nigeria.
So this is Oba Ovurame. Yeah. I guess we skipped that part. So this was the Oba that was exiled after the British expedition that they stole our artifact and took it to British Museum. So this Oba was exiled to Calabar. Yeah, that is Oba Ovurame. the souls of our ancestors guide us and also rest in peace. Amen.
So, and because there are so many of them scattered around the world, not just the British returning them. Recently, the Netherlands Museum also returned about 100 pieces. We have museums in Germany also returning. We have some returned in the US and the likes. So we gradually taking some of them back now. So, but there are so many of them. So that's why you put British Museum how far there. So yeah, they still who was. So that's the end. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So what's your name, sir?
So Femi is my name. Oluwafemi is my name. Yes.
So how long have you been working here?
About 4 years.
4 years. So how do you describe your job?
Having to work here, open my knowledge to some of these very significant cultural pieces, what they mean to us as a people, and how proud I am for my forebearers for keeping such records of who they are, which I am learning from, and then can also preserve for generations to come.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
So guys, I'm done checking out the amazing artifacts on display at the National Museum Lagos, Nicco precisely. So guys, I can tell you that this is such an amazing experience, connecting to my roots and seeing how far we have come as like Africans. Like, you know, when somebody try to shade you or make you feel less of yourself being a black man, show them these things. Show them how far you have come. Let them know that Africans have been doing amazing artwork, from clay work to a lot of amazing things. Knock arts, terracotta, so many of them. So I feel nobody should feel less of themselves being a black man, because black is power, black is greatness. And just experiencing this amazing display just made me realize how far we have come as Africans and how far we can go. So I urge anyone that is around, you should make out time and see this amazing exhibition, and trust me, you won't regret it. So guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate the love and support so far. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. This is Obama once again. Thank you. Bye. Mwah.